Okay, we are good. So, hello everyone, my name is Ben Sus, and welcome back to another video. This one's a little different. Pretty much, I have a tier list in front of me, as you can obviously tell. This tier list is a little interesting. So, this is some players right here, and I'm going to be reading CTS PvPers, as you can see, right on the top. Now, only NA though, only North American. I was asked to do only the NA players. So, yeah, I was only asked to do the NA players, but I'm making this video just because I want to explain some of the choices and why. So, yeah, let's get to this. So, let me just get rid of all the EU players, so don't need Bogas. I'm just going to put them in high tier 3. I know they're not actually tier 3, but just so we know who we're working with. Shoyo, the Cobra, Ice Spring, One Spring, I meant, whatever his name is. I think it's Ice Spring. Rafani, Professor X, Killinark, Seb. Who is this man? I don't know who this is. I don't know who this man is. I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't know who he is. I don't recognize him. If he is a person, though. I don't know if that is someone I know. I don't think it is. I just don't think he belongs on this list if I know who he is. I don't know who this person is either. I'm gonna put him there. I don't know who these two are, so I'm just gonna put them there. So this is who we're working with. So these are all the unknown players. So we got right here Ampheta. We got Normal X is this guy's name. That's me right there. We got Matt Voss, pretty famous YouTuber for the CTS community. Cyclicity. He's the one who made this list. He's the one who's giving me the prompt to do this. Axolotl. Surge Flame, who helped me understand a lot of CTS, and Altered. So, I guess we'll start all the way from the left. I'm going to do me last, just because I can. Alright, Ampheta. Now, we do have a CTS tier list already. It's canceled right now because we had some problems with some rankings. Some people didn't know how to rank people. So Ampheta was already ranked mid-tier 2 in the CTS tier list. Now, from what I hear, Ampheta wasn't actually ever tier tested. He kind of was just placed by old fights, old battles, old PvP battles he's had in the past. But said that, I think Ampheta's definitely gotten better since then. So the CTS community is definitely one of the smallest communities out there. If you don't know what CTS is, pretty much it's a combat test Snapchat. CTS actually, you might know it from like My Manor, Fatic. They call it 1.19. It's not. We call it CTS more in the community, but pretty much, yeah. Ampheta is not mid-tier 2, I think. I think he's gotten better since then. But the CTS community is so small, where all these players, like, in general, every player, even like these ones, the Europe ones, like, these are pretty much all the good players. All the players that are good, or better than I should say. So, I remember I got to be a tier tester. And then they said, as a tier tester, that, like, I think it was mid to high tier 4 was average, even though most people scored mid tier 3 to high tier. Well, high tier 3 is a little less. Mid to high tier 3, or not high, mid to low tier 3 was like high. But like tier 2 and up, low tier 2, well, high tier 3. High tier 3 was considered pretty good. Low tier 2 was. So if I were to rank, like, just to show where people were before uh, put here, him here, even though. So yeah, sir. So this is how it looked kind of before. This one, Matt Voss was rated low tier 3. Or not low, mid tier 3. Matt Voss was rated mid tier 3 a while back. Normal has not been rated, and nor was Cyclicity ever tier tested. From my knowledge, at least. I was. Ampheta was. Altered was. Well, Ampheta maybe. And Axolotl may have been. I'm not sure about how true that rumor is. But that said, these were like, and Surge. Surge was high tier 3, which I think we've all definitely gotten better since then. So, if I'm to be honest, if I were to rate these two, Cyclicity, high tier 1. Cyclicity is a very high tier 1 player, right? He's beaten me. He's beaten pretty much every pro I know he can beat. Even like if I had to take like Bogas is rated, I think mid tier 1. You can beat Bogas. I think the only other high tier 1 really here is Rafunny, and he can beat Rafunny. So Rafunny's like a Europe player, and he's known as one of the best players in the community. And I mean, Rafunny trained Cyclicity for the most part, or at least taught him the basics of the game. Cyclicity is definitely outdone a lot of the people in the CTS community, so I have to rate him high tier 1. Normal X. Now, Normal X is a pretty good friend of mine. We're decently close, I would say. I wouldn't say close, but I would say we know a decent amount of each other. Normal X. I'm gonna say high tier 1 as well. Now, Normal jokes a lot about him being high tier 1, and honestly, I agree. Normal is definitely high tier 1. I think Cyclicity is better than him. I'm going to turn the volume of this down. Cyclicity is probably better than him, if I were to be honest. For the most part. But Normal is still up there, and definitely one of the better players. I will be honest. Recently, I have been teaching Normal Crystal PvP. Doesn't really relate to CTS in much, but one thing we learned about him is he learns fast. I think it's maybe like the 4th or 5th day he's learned. We learned very quickly, so I'm really good at Crystal PvP in Diamond. So, I'm not good with anchors as much, but I'm very good with crystals, crystal hits, crystal taps, whatever you want to call them. And Normal's very good with anchors, we learned. So Netherite Crystal will definitely be something he's going into. But I do want him to learn how to crystal tap, how to butterfly, how to do all that. Butterfly Crystal, the more skillful moves. And I want him to do it without slow falling. Right now, we're trying to make him use more slow falling, and I'm trying to make him so he doesn't pre-place. He pre-places a lot of Obsidian, which I think is absolutely... The way he does it as well is really good for Netherite Pot, I will have to say. So, Normal learns very fast, and that's why I think high tier 1, because it's not just about PvP skills. See, like, you're already pretty good in the community if you know how to parry combo. It's a very famous combo in the CTS community, and it's the most probably used by most sword mains in the CTS community. Meaning, if you know it, you're pretty much OP to everyone else. Like, everyone else is kind of like trash to you. It's because it's very hard to do, and it's very good as well once you perfect it. So, yeah. Once you get in the higher up in the community, the way to get better in the community is probably to like know how to like vary the parry combo, because people now know how to counter it, at least higher up in the community. More people know how to counter it. I wouldn't say counter it, but like kind of get out of it. And so you have to vary it a little so people don't get out of it. So that's why I think normal deserves high tier 1 just cuz he can definitely like something I really struggle with is like learning people's tactics. I think a good example of this was me and Surge Flame. So Surge Flame down here used to be a Trident main. I'm not sure if he still is, but he uses less Trident, that's for sure. He uses a lot of Sword now. And after maybe like a month of not playing, I played for like a week, but then I saw Surge Flame and I 1v1 Surge Flame, and I was used to Surge using a Trident. And then Surge started using Sword, and it confused me, and he started beating me a little bit more. Now, I think we're pretty equal in terms of skill. I beat him, I think, not a little, like maybe a little bit more. But either way, so yeah. That's why I think normal. Normal learns very quickly. He learns to adapt really easily. So I think normal deserves that high tier 1. Let's talk about Matt. So Matt was rated mid tier 3 before during the CTS tier list time. And I mean mid tier 3, okay. Not horrible. It's average actually, if I would say anything. It's really average to the CTS community at least. Like normal players are supposed to be mid tier 4, something like that. Mid, high tier 4, I already said that. So he is technically above average, but at the same time, the CTS community average is like mid tier 3. So technically, he was average. Now he's much better. See, Matt is a Trident main, and I think he still is, but he like barely knew how to use Sword back then. Now he does. If I were to rate Matt, okay, if we're going just off of these guys, of us, plus Surge, because he's there, I'm going to have to put Matt at high tier 2. I'm going to move us, by the way. I'm going to move these players around as well, and me, because I think we've all changed over the past few months. Yeah, compared to us, Matt's not the best. Matt's good. I'll agree. Matt's pretty good in the community, and he's definitely much better than a lot of PvPers, I think. But that being said, he's not better than all of us. Some say. Now, I'm going to do big boy Axolotl. Axolotl before Cyclicity and probably normal kind of just came into high tier 1, I think. I think normal's like normal may have been mid tier 1 before. Now I think he's high tier 1. So before Cyclicity really got really good, Axolotl was definitely high tier 1. Because he was the best in the NA community. I wouldn't even say that, actually, because he couldn't beat a lot of the players. But, that being said, Axolotl was the best in the NA community. And I think Axolotl can still beat... If I remember, Cyclicity and Axolotl did a 1v1. And, I mean, I think it was out of 71 or something. Cyclicity technically won the overall. There was like multiple out of 20 out of 30 and stuff like that. But like I think Cyclicity won overall. So that's why I think I'm going to put him at mid tier 1. Yeah. It's either like he's better than normal or he might be better than normal. But he could also be worse. Actually, I'm going to put him high tier 1. But, like, below normal. I think normal might be better than him. But I haven't seen them fight much. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Alright, Ampheta. Ampheta. So, Ampheta's right here. Ampheta. The thing is with Ampheta is the way I got pro rank originally is by learning to beat Ampheta. I learned to beat Ampheta like way back, and I would beat him pretty often. And that's how I originally got pro rank. It was on Eternal. Eternal PvP was the server. It's shut down now. RIP. But I think he's gotten much better than mid tier 2. That's for sure. If I could be, I think if anything, I mean, I can still beat him, but he's definitely grown to be better. I'm gonna put Ampheta at mid tier 1. See, okay, here's the thing. I don't like this type of tier list. Like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 would be cool. I think it would be much easier for me. Because, like, if it was just tier 1, tier 2, then I could put Ampheta at tier 2. Tier 1 is supposed to be, like, best of the best. I know in Crystal PvP it's like tier 2 and tier 1 is, like, the best of the best. With tier 1 obviously being much better. But I digress. Mid tier 1. That's where he's going. Because he does rival Axolotl. Axolotl's still, like, better than him, though. By a pretty good amount, I would say. A good margin. Let's talk about Altered. Altered is a character. I'll say that. Altered is a character. Now, how should I put this? Altered hasn't played in a while. Altered's on vacation, from what I know now. Because he's, like, not summer vacation. Because he is on summer vacation. But he's on, like, a vacation. He has no access to a PC or anything. I haven't seen him play in so long. I do believe that he's tier 1. Where on tier 1? I'm not sure. But for now, just because I think he's going to be super rusty by the time he gets back, I'm putting him at low tier 1. The reason why is because he's going to be so rusty when he comes back. When he comes back, I should say, not if, when he comes back, he's going to come back sometime in the middle of, like, June or July. I'm not sure. Maybe later. But yeah, he's going to come back around then. Yeah. So, as of right now, that's where I'm putting it. Let's talk about Surge Flame. So, Surge Flame's a pretty good friend of mine. I've been talking to him a lot recently. That's not where I'm finally putting him. It might be. But Surge is, like, good. Surge is pretty good. He used to be definitely worse. I mean, he's not high tier 3 anymore. He's definitely reached he's probably over tier 2. If I'm going to be honest, like, Surge is probably worse than Ampheta. Now, me and Surge go back to back on fights. We're very close to each other, I would say. I think I beat him by a margin, but not much of a margin. It's a very little margin. Like, I'm talking in between the line, bro. I don't beat him I beat him, but, like, he beats me equally. I beat him maybe a little bit more than he does me. So, but I can't base that off me because I'm not there yet. I think, again, I haven't seen Altered play in a good while. Now, I'm pretty sure Ampheta is better than Altered. Surge, I think, might be better than Ampheta. I'm gonna, Ampheta is also a 1.8 main, or used to be a 1.8 main, while Surge was a 1.9 main. I'm gonna put Surge above Ampheta on the mid-tier list. Because I think Surge might just be better than Ampheta. And now, finally, it is me. Where's low tier 5? I'm kidding. If I were to rate me, I used to be low tier 2. I said I equally beat Surge, and maybe just a little bit more. So I'm going to have to put myself. If that's where Surge is, I have to be just above him. Now, I know Altered might see this, and I'm decent friends with Altered. Altered's definitely gonna get mad. I know that. And I want to say, Altered, you might be better than me. You might be mid tier 1. But as of right now, no. Because I haven't seen you actually play in like 2 months. Bro, you're gonna be so rusty. Okay, I did see him kind of play. He's a mod on one of the servers, and he like does nothing except for troll. He doesn't actually play, so I don't know what his skill is anymore. Like, I knew he used to be better than me, but at this point, I think I might be better than him at this point. So I'm going to say no. I think Ampheta might just be a little better. Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't really know how Surge and Ampheta fight, but I think this is my final tier list. So high tier 1 goes from Cyclicity, then normal, to Axolotl. Axolotl might drop to mid tier 1. I think Axolotl is like on a thin line in between these. And he would definitely be better than me, that's for sure. Mid tier 1 would go me, Spinning Saucer, Surge Flame, and Ampheta. Low tier 1 has Altered, and high tier 2 has Matfoss. And then these, I'm not rating. I'm not supposed to be rating. I don't even know who this guy is. So, these guys I'm not rating. So, I can actually drag them back out, or not. Or not. Okay. Oh. Can I, like... Okay. I guess I can't. Either way, yeah, that's pretty much my final tier list. Don't worry about these guys. These guys don't count in anything. And I think, yeah, that's my final tier list. If I were to rate all 6, 7, 8 players, yeah. Yep, that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to say to this, because, like, it's hard. I don't like ranking tiers, because I don't think I'm good enough to just rank people. All I know is these guys are, like, better. All I know is these guys are just better. These guys are a little worse. I definitely, Matt's good. I like Matt. Matt's a good friend of mine. Yeah, I'm gonna end the video here. Tell me what you guys think if you know CTS. I know, like, normal might see this. I know Cyclicity is definitely gonna know. I know Cyclicity is probably gonna see that. I told him I would upload a video. Don't know about Axe, don't know about Surge, don't know about Ampheta, don't know about, well, maybe Altered. Matt, I also don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll see you guys in another video.